Okay, welcome back, guys. Today we're going to be going through a loading activation pattern for the glute. In this case, I'm going to be using my right glute. Primarily, we're going to be looking at the glute maximus and the glute medius. We're going to be giving you a triplanar range of motion, or all three planes and ranges, for an eccentric lengthening and loading phase. This is much more effective than our typical exercises that we've gotten from chiropractors and PTs and personal trainers, giving us an activation pattern where we are shortening the tissue, such as a crab walk, or a kickback, or a butt bridge, or maybe clamshell, something along those lines where it's all shorten, 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 okay? Or shorten going back. Those typically don't have a very good response when it comes to truly firing the muscle itself and getting an activation. And we'll see that on EMG and manual muscle testing. There's a couple ways that you can identify that. So what we're gonna do with you is we're gonna teach you how to step forward and load, not only in flexion, but we're going to load it in internal rotation and adduction. Okay, so something like this isn't a loading pattern because it's not loaded. So all I simply do is step down and put my body over top of it in the opposite directions. So in this case, it's a small, short step forward, keeping my knee tracking outwards, even pushing it a little outwards, keep my big toe driving on the ground, keep my knee also tracking vertically. So I don't want to glide forward and overload my quad. I'm going to keep it gliding vertically. And then I'm going to hip hinge and push my right glute out and back, okay? So it's a little move like this. Sometimes I like to give people the idea of throwing a horseshoe behind them or a bowling ball, something of that nature. And again, I'm trying to shove this hip out and back, not back that way. We're going to try and push that way, okay? From this direction, here. If I were to stand somebody up against a wall, let's say this imaginary wall here, I'm going to put the same side arm up, put the opposite leg back just for balance, and here I'm going to have you reach out in front, to the side, and behind you, okay? So you are now looking through the wall. I'm going to reach there, there, and there. And all the while, you should feel nothing more than a wind up or a big heavy stretch in the entire glute complex and even on the lateral hip itself, okay? It is not a lunge, it's not a rotational huge movement, it's a small loading pattern, okay? After you start to adapt to this, you can take it to a little bit further range, but it doesn't need to be much more than that. This is not a strength and conditioning move, it's simply a movement pattern. It's a loading activation protocol.